I met Ethan in college, during a group project that no one cared about. He was loud, charming, impossible to ignore. I was quiet, focused, the type who carried the whole team. We became friends, because opposites attract in strange ways. He made people laugh. I made sure things got done. Somehow it worked. We moved in together after graduation, two guys trying to figure life out. He'd talk about dreams of success, cars, money, women. I just wanted stability, something real. When we both landed jobs at the same consulting firm, it felt like fate. We were young, ambitious, ready to take over the world. Days blurred into nights, filled with deadlines, coffee, and corporate buzzwords. Ethan thrived in chaos. I thrived in structure. Together, we balanced the scales. He'd charm the clients, I'd handle the strategy. We built a reputation as the perfect duo. People joked that we were brothers separated at birth. And maybe I believed that. Until she arrived. Her name was Chloe. Smart. Sharp. She joined the firm 6 months after us. The first time I talked to her, it was about a broken printer. She laughed, said she liked how calm I was. I didn't think much of it at first. But one lunch turned into two, then dinners, then late-night talks. She understood my quiet side. Never tried to change it. She listened, really listened. I started looking forward to seeing her more than anything else. Ethan noticed. He teased me endlessly. "Man, just ask her out already," he'd say between laughs. I brushed it off, but deep down I knew he was right. Eventually, I did. And she said yes. It felt easy with her, natural. Like the noise of the world faded when she smiled. Ethan was there for every step. Double dates, parties, movie nights, even helping me pick out her birthday gifts. He called her, the one before I dared to believe it myself. 2 years later, I bought a ring. I planned everything, the dinner, the view, the words. She cried when I asked. Said yes before I finished the sentence. We posted the photo online, and the world congratulated us. Ethan was the first to hug me. He said he was proud, that I deserved it all. He even cried a little. That part hits differently now. Back then, I thought it was pure joy. Now I see it was something else, something darker hiding behind his grin. But I didn't know. I trusted him completely. The three of us became inseparable. Work, weekends, everything. It felt perfect. No tension, no jealousy, no signs of betrayal. If someone had told me then that the two people I loved most would destroy me, I would have laughed. Because love and friendship were supposed to be safe. They were supposed to last. But I was naive. Too blind to see how fragile perfection really was. And how easily trust could be shattered by the people you'd die for. Things started to change after the engagement. Not suddenly, just in small, almost invisible ways. Chloe began pulling away, little by little. She said she was tired, overwhelmed, just needed space. At first, I believed her. We were both busy working late, planning the wedding, chasing deadlines. I told myself it was stress, nothing more. But nights grew quieter. Our laughter faded into silence. She stopped reaching for my hand when we walked. Stopped saying goodnight the same way. It was like living with a shadow of someone I used to know. Ethan still hung around, always cheerful, always checking in. He joked that Chloe was just doing her bride thing. I laughed with him, pretending not to notice the distance growing between us. But I did. I noticed every unanswered text, every forced smile, every late return from work drinks. One Friday, we had plans to visit my parents for dinner. She canceled at the last minute. Said she wasn't feeling well. I believed her again, because that's what you do when you love someone. You give them the benefit of the doubt, even when your gut starts to twist. Weeks passed, and she grew colder. Our friends noticed, but didn't say anything. They just gave me that look, half sympathy, half confusion. I kept telling myself things would get better after the wedding. That once the stress was gone, we'd go back to normal. But normal never came. The night before everything ended, she barely spoke to me. We sat on the couch watching a movie, but she wasn't really there. Her eyes were somewhere else, far away. I asked what was wrong. She smiled softly and said, "Nothing, I'm just tired." That smile burned into my memory. Because the next day, she ended everything. We were at our favorite lunch spot, the same table where I once told her I loved her. She didn't look at me when she said it. "I can't do this anymore," she whispered. It felt like the world stopped moving. My mouth went dry. I asked if she was joking. She shook her head, tears forming but never falling. "I don't think I'm in love with you anymore," she said. Just like that. 4 years erased in a single sentence. I didn't beg. Didn't yell. Didn't know how. I just sat there, while my life unraveled in front of strangers and half-eaten sandwiches. After she left, I stared at the empty seat across from me. I didn't even pay the bill right away. I just sat there until the waitress asked if I was okay. I lied. I said I was fine. For weeks, I lived in silence. Her coffee mug stayed in the sink. Her coat still hung by the door. Her scent lingered on my pillow like a cruel reminder. And through it all, Ethan stayed close. Texted, called, checked in. Told me I'd be okay. Told me I deserved better. I believed him. Because when your world falls apart, you cling to whoever's still standing beside you. Even if they're the one who will finish breaking you. Months passed before I started breathing normally again. I transferred to a new branch, a new city, a new version of myself. Work became my therapy. Long hours kept me from thinking too much. Deadlines were easier to manage than emotions. Ethan and I still texted now and then. Short messages, harmless stuff about work or sports. But something felt different in his tone. Less warmth, more distance. I told myself it was fine. People drift apart, right? Then, one Thursday evening, I got a message from him. "Hey man, can we meet this weekend? There's something we need to talk about." No details. Just that. Something in my chest tightened. But I agreed. We met at a small cafe halfway between our offices. When I walked in, I saw Ethan first. Then I saw her. Chloe. Sitting beside him. Same hair, same denim jacket I once helped her pick out. My heartbeat froze. "Hey," she said softly. Ethan stood, gave me an awkward half hug. His hands were shaking. I sat down. Didn't touch the coffee they'd ordered for me. I just waited. He cleared his throat, eyes darting between us. "This isn't easy," he said. She looked down. "We've been seeing each other," she added. Every sound around me vanished. No music. No chatter. Just that sentence echoing in my skull. I didn't move. Didn't blink. Didn't scream. Ethan rushed to explain. "It didn't start until after you broke up. I swear, man, I'd never do that to you." She nodded quickly, like his words were a lifeline. "I was already confused back then," she whispered. Something broke inside me, but I kept my face calm. "Clicked," I repeated, my voice flat. She winced. I smiled, not kindly. "It's all good," I said. "You both deserve each other." The words came out smooth, practiced, almost rehearsed. They tried to talk more, to justify, to make it sound noble. I didn't listen. I stood up, nodded, and walked out. Outside, the cold air hit me, but I felt nothing. Not anger. Not sadness. Just emptiness. When I got to my car, my hands were shaking. I didn't cry. Didn't hit the steering wheel. I just stared at my reflection in the rearview mirror. The man looking back wasn't the same one who proposed under city lights 2 years ago. He looked older, colder, sharper. That was the day I buried the old me. The trusting one. The forgiving one. They thought I'd crumble, disappear quietly. But I didn't. I drove home that night and sat in silence until morning. The hurt was still there, but it was changing shape, turning into something cleaner, sharper. Not rage. Not grief. Something colder. Purpose. Because betrayal is like a switch. Once it flips, there's no going back. And in that moment, I decided. If they wanted to play dirty, I'd show them what clean revenge looked like. A month after that cafe meeting, the company held a grand celebration. A new branch opening, black tie, cameras, fake smiles everywhere. I almost skipped it. But my manager insisted I show up. He said it was good for visibility. So I went. Clean suit, steady face, no trace of the man they broke. The ballroom shimmered with chandeliers and hollow laughter. I kept to my team, stayed polite, avoided unnecessary conversations. Until I saw them. Ethan and Chloe walked in together, holding hands like the past never existed. Her dress sparkled under the lights. His grin was as smug as ever. People whispered. Some glanced at me, waiting for a reaction. I gave them nothing. Halfway through the evening, my manager took the stage. He gave a speech about growth, leadership, and dedication. Then he called my name. He praised my project's success, my promotion, my contribution. The room applauded. I stood, shook his hand, thanked him calmly. No arrogance. Just quiet control. When I sat back down, I caught Ethan watching me. His smile didn't reach his eyes. It was tight, bitter, insecure. Chloe looked uncomfortable, like applause burned her skin. I should have stopped there. But fate wasn't done. Moments later, Ethan tapped his glass. He stood up beside her. Hey everyone, he said with fake confidence. We just wanted to share some personal news. The crowd hushed. I asked this amazing woman to marry me, he said. She said yes. More applause. Forced smiles. Some people looked between me and them, unsure what to do. I stayed seated. Straight-backed. Expression steady. Then Ethan smirked and added, at least someone here managed to keep their job. Laughter rippled through the room. The kind that hides discomfort. Chloe giggled weakly, avoiding my eyes. Something inside me clicked into place. I stood up slowly. Walked toward them, glass in hand. Stopped just close enough for everyone to hear. Congratulations, I said clearly. She always did like finding her upgrades in the clearance aisle. Silence. A few gasps. Someone snorted, trying not to laugh. Ethan froze. Chloe's smile cracked. Her face twitched, just slightly but enough. I turned and walked back to my seat. Finished my drink. Talked to two executives about next quarter's projections, as if nothing happened. Let them have their little moment. Because I realized something. They needed attention. I didn't. They fed on drama. I thrived on results. That night, I wasn't humiliated. I was reborn. While they flaunted fake happiness, I was already planning. No shouting. No public meltdown. Just precision. Revenge wouldn't come from anger. It would come from intellect. And when it arrived, it wouldn't scream. It would whisper. Quiet. Calculated. And final. Ethan used to brag about how he could beat the system. He'd joke about faking hours, padding expenses, tricking the higher-ups. I always told him to stop. He'd laugh, call me too honest for my own good. Back then, I thought it was harmless. Now, it was opportunity. After that humiliating night, I couldn't sleep. But instead of drinking or crying, I started digging. I still had access to old shared folders from when we worked together. Emails, project files, travel reports, all waiting quietly. I spent nights cross-checking numbers, comparing invoices. Patterns began to emerge. Double charges, fake client meetings, reimbursements for trips that never happened. He built a house of lies out of spreadsheets and arrogance. And I had every nail that held it together. I archived everything. Screenshots, metadata, timestamps. I organized them by project, date, and department. Every file told a story. Every number screamed guilt. I wasn't just angry anymore. I was methodical. By the time I finished, I had a complete report that could ruin him. It was beautiful in its precision. Cold. Flawless. The morning of their engagement party, I created a burner email. No name. No trace. No link to me. I attached everything: proof, summaries, and a clean visual breakdown. The subject line was simple. Congratulations to the happy couple. Here, what you're really celebrating. Then I hit send. Every employee, every manager, every HR head received it. Even the CEO. Even her parents. I included a message for Chloe. Hope you're ready for a lifetime of cover-ups and excuses. Congrats again. Then I turned off my phone. By noon, the storm had started. My inbox exploded with whispers. Coworkers messaged me like I hadn't seen it yet. Bro, did you see that email? Is this real? I played dumb. Wow, no idea. That's insane. But inside, I felt peace. By the evening, it had gone viral within the company. Half the invite list for their engagement party backed out. Even their vendors canceled. Chloe's parents called me, but I didn't answer. Her father left a voicemail, saying they were embarrassed. Her mother was furious, shouting in the background. Their perfect image cracked in real time. Ethan tried damage control, but the evidence was undeniable. Auditors were called. Legal got involved. The engagement post disappeared from social media. By Monday morning, HR sent him a formal notice. Please report to compliance for review. Within 2 weeks, he was fired. No severance. No recommendation. Just shame. They said it was financial misconduct. I called it justice. When he realized what happened, he texted me threats. I ignored them. He had no idea I was 10 steps ahead. Chloe stopped posting, deleted everything, and vanished from the office radar. Their empire of lies collapsed. And I didn't have to lift a finger anymore. Because the truth did the work for me. And I made sure it had perfect timing. The fallout came faster than I expected. By Monday morning, Ethan's name was everywhere. HR, legal, finance, all whispering the same word. Fraud. He walked into the office pretending it was business as usual. By noon, security escorted him out. No goodbyes. No explanations. Just humiliation wrapped in a suit. The company launched an internal audit. Emails were reviewed. Transactions dissected. His lies unfolded like rotten fruit under a knife. Within 2 weeks, he lost everything. His job, his reputation, his credibility. The man who once bragged about being untouchable was now radioactive. Chloe tried to defend him at first. Then her name surfaced in the investigation reports. She was fired quietly, labeled as restructuring. HR made it sound professional. We all knew it was. Her family called me again. This time, they didn't sound angry. Just desperate. They asked me if I could help fix it. Contain the damage, they said. I didn't respond. I owed them nothing. They helped her walk away from me. Now they could walk through the ashes themselves. Rumors spread through the company like wildfire. People stopped pretending they didn't know. They whispered in the kitchen, at lunch, in the elevators. Everywhere I went, I felt their glances. Not pity. Respect. Someone even muttered, "Clean work," as I passed by. I just nodded. No denial. No confirmation. I didn't need credit. Silence was enough. A few weeks later, Chloe texted me. It wasn't an apology. It was anger. Why would you do this? You need help, you're obsessed. I didn't reply. Then Ethan messaged me from a new number. You think you won, you'll regret this. I forwarded everything to my lawyer. Within 48 hours, they both received cease and desist letters. Legal, formal, cold. No emotion, no openings. All contact was to stop immediately. If not, further action would follow. After that, silence returned. No more messages. No more calls. No more drama. Chloe disappeared from social media. She moved back in with her parents. Ethan tried applying to new companies. But word travels fast in this industry. No one would touch him. His name became a warning, not a reference. He faded into digital dust, unemployed, forgotten, irrelevant. Meanwhile, I got promoted again. Senior project lead. Better pay, bigger office, stock options. They said it was for my performance. I knew it was also for my silence. No one questioned how the truth surfaced. They just let it die quietly. And I let them. I bought a new apartment with glass walls and no ghosts. The view was clear. So was my mind. I slept better, breathed easier, smiled more. I didn't need revenge anymore. I already had it. Because justice isn't loud. It doesn't scream. It moves quietly. Calculated. Exact. And when it's done, it leaves nothing standing but peace. I don't think about them anymore. Not about what they did. Not about what I lost. Because I didn't really lose. I learned. Silence became my armor. Patience became my weapon. And peace, my victory. Sometimes, I pass the old cafe where everything ended. I don't feel anger. Just distance. Like it all happened to someone else. Their names don't sting now. They're just echoes of a story that no longer belongs to me. People still whisper about the scandal. They never say my name, but they know. They always know. And that's enough. I moved forward quietly. No revenge speech. No dramatic ending. Just success, clean and silent. They say success is the best revenge. But I learned it's not. Silence is. Because silence means they no longer matter. It means you've already won. I built my peace from the wreckage they left behind. Now I live above it all, watching the city lights flicker. Calm. Untouched. Free.